Dating in Gen Z is actually more difficult, and the thing that makes it the most difficult is obviously social media. Everybody wants to everybody wants to date the same person, if that makes sense. Like, not exactly the same person, but everybody kind of wants the same qualities within a person, not physical, not physically. Like, I can only speak on the women's aspect because I am one, but I constantly see, like, I love that narrative, like, if they wanted to, they would. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. But also at the same time, you should also list and actually tell your partner, like, hey, this is what I like. It will be a different story if you tell your partner on occasions, like, hey, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. And if your partner decides not to do it or not even consider doing them, then it's a problem, okay? But I'm talking about, like, that whole concept, like, people would see on social media, like, a person would, like, a girl will get asked by a guy, like, would you be my girlfriend? And it will be like in a very thoughtful asking way, like a proposal, I guess, for being like his girlfriend. And it will be like, he'll put balloons all over the room. He'll put her favorite food or like gifts on the bed, and it'll just be like a nice cute scenery, and you see them making a video. Oh, damn. And people would be in the comments like, oh, I hate my boyfriend, or like, if he wanted to, he would. It's like, this must be nice, blah, blah. Yes, I understand. It is thoughtful to have something like that. But you also have to understand, you don't know what that relationship is in closed doors. You really do not know. Most people like tend to just compare. And I truly think comparison is the thief of joy. Because, yeah, I get it. Everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to be thought of. Everybody wants to be taken care of and loved, right? But to love another person, you literally need to love yourself. You can't give something you don't give yourself. That's literally how everything works. Like, it's just the truth. And I feel like social media focuses on romantic love, like romantic type of relationships, rather than self-love, rather than actually healing. And actually, like, their main focus is always relationships and canoodling with people, if you catch my drift, because I can't say it because of the guidelines. But it's always social media, the main focus is something outside of you can fulfill you. Something that is not you, something that is materialistic or a look, will make you happy. And I truly believe that's not the case at all, because been there, done that. When I was in high school, I felt like I needed a significant other, and whenever I was single, I was happy. I was the happiest when I was single. Okay, let me reword that differently. I was the most at peace when I was single. Not saying my exes are like the worst. No, it's just like a relationship is literally a responsibility. Like, it's practically like a job. Like, it's a responsibility. You have to take time out your day to take care of yourself and also be considerate of another person's feelings and emotions. You have to not take care of their well-being, but make sure they're well as well, because that's your partner. You also have to make sure that you're doing everything right within the relationship. You have to make sure they're doing everything right. It is a big responsibility. People want the relationship, but they don't want the responsibility that comes with it. And I'm sitting here right now single because I realized I can't handle a relationship. It's too much, especially in today's society. Like, a lot is going on. The last thing that's on my mind is having a girlfriend. That's literally the last thing that's going on within my mind. Like, that's already too much to even think about. So, but when I was looking and thinking about getting a girlfriend, the whole concept of online dating feels like a human vending machine. Like, I feel like it takes the genuine connection out of it, and the vulnerability and the intimacy, because the whole concept of online dating, okay, you're chilling, you might get a person that likes your profile, or you swipe right on somebody, or however the app works. A person finds interest in you, and you can decide on whether or not you want to match with that person. But the main focus is solely on their looks. Some people, they don't even put anything on the profile. They'll just give you their social media handles, they'll share their pictures and what they're looking for on the app. That's it. It's like a mystery box. Like, you don't know what you're opening. But even people that do try to put as much as they can on their profile, like their voice, a video of themselves describing what they like, what they have interest, I feel like that's something as a person that you're interested in, trying to get to know somebody, that's your responsibility to try to get to know. I feel like throughout time it's more genuine to get to know a person and to get to know those certain things about a person, not just from a dating profile. This is my opinion, by the way. Warning. Like, if you don't find a person interesting, oh, you click X or you swipe left, or you just basically discard them. Or you find somebody appealing, you click a button, yes. That's literally what a vending machine is. Like, let me put this down. Like, a vending machine is literally like, you see a snack that you like, the snack looks really appealing, click, the snap drops, you take it, you get it. That's literally what dating apps is. And dating apps are not really dating apps. Like, most people go on those apps to hook up or even find friends, because we're going through like a whole epidemic of isolation and not having genuine connections as much. But that's my opinion on dating apps. Like, that's what people mainly do. This right here, it pisses me off. A person will come up to me, right, and they'll be like, oh, you're very beautiful, what's your name, blah blah blah, are you single? Okay, yes. All they ask for is like my number, my social media handles, any way of contacting me. I give it to them, they go about their day. Why don't I get it? It'll be different if you're in a rush. Okay, cool. I'm not saying you have to, but the whole point of you going up to somebody and flirting with them and actually trying to get to know them, you're trying to see how much you can like actually know about the person. You know, it would be different if you had a conversation, you sat down and talked to them, and then you give them your like way of contacting you. Cool. But if you just come up and be like, hey, you single? You cute? All right, here's my number, and you leave, I feel like that contradicts the whole thing. Or I would see videos of I'll see videos of people on TikTok. They'll like record somebody and they're like, TikTok, please help me find them. They're right in front of you. Like, just, you don't have the confidence enough to go up to that person. I think you should focus more on getting the self-confidence to flirt with people rather than dating people. Like, you don't have the self-confidence, you don't have the backbone to like talk and actually like introduce yourself to that person. How about you focus on that before you start dating? I remember when I went to like my university, there was an event from, I think it was BSU, I'm not sure, but the whole focus on it was dating, and it was saying, ladies, like, if a guy were to take you on a date to McDonald's, is that a date? Okay, you stand in this place if you agree, yes, it's a date, and you stand here if you disagree, it's not a date. I was like one of the only 5 girls in a room full of like hundreds of women that said, dang, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I basically said, that's not a date. Yeah, I basically said that's not a date. And I got backlash for that, because how dare I not drink poison because I'm thirsty? How dare I just not accept the bare minimum from a person because that's all they can afford? I basically was like, yo, not to be rude, not to be crazy or anything, but what if you should focus on getting your money up, not your funny up, rather than dating? They were like saying, oh, we're all college students, and if that's all he can afford, that's all she can afford for a date, then that's okay. And I was basically like, no. If you can't even afford going to like Applebee's or Chili's or like, I don't know, Cheesecake Factory or Olive Garden or whatever, or basically go on a date that you would want to do, then don't go. Like, focus on getting money. Like, I'm saying this as a single person myself. You don't see me going on dates because I don't have the money right now. But I got backlash because the people like, just because you're broke doesn't mean you don't deserve to go on dates. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. My opinion is that if money is so tight right now, the only thing you can afford to go on a date is McDonald's. Focus on getting money. Focus on yourself. There's another time to date. Like, people are not going anywhere. The world is still gonna move on. Work on yourself right now. You're single, take that time out to actually figure out what you like, figure out what job you want. Like, invest in yourself while you can. Because when you're in a relationship, you can only invest in yourself so much, because you're putting your energy in another person too. You're hanging out with them, you're talking to them, you're canoodling with them. That's a lot of energy you're putting in. So if you're single, take that time, take that opportunity that you have right now, work on yourself. I got backlash. Y'all tripping. I ain't tripping. Because what? I don't care. I mean, to each their own. If you want to accept breadcrumbs from somebody, take that. That's cool. But over here, I ain't doing that shit. What are you talking about? McDonald's, nigga? I don't even eat McDonald's. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and they basically, like, the whole thing was basically, like, that's a whole different story, where it's like, if you have a different opinion from, like, the majority, then you're the outcast, you're the crazy one, you're this, you're that. No, I just have a different opinion, and I don't let other people dictate how I should think. I have a brain for myself. I'm not a sheep. Like, bro, be for real. I think that was crazy as hell. And then there was another question, like, oh, would you accept on a date if we went to Chipotle? They basically used this one girl. I feel like she got paid or had to get bribed to say it, because it was not genuine. But anyway, she was basically like, yeah, I mean, I like Chipotle, and if that's all the man can do to, like, provide for me, then that's okay. Okay, girl. But it's like, think about it like this. If all you accept is the bare minimum, don't be surprised and don't be upset if all you get is the bare minimum. That's literally for every single thing in life. That's not just relationships. If you only take crumbs, why would you be surprised if they never give you the whole cake? If you've always been happy on just the crumbs. Like, that blows me. How, like, the way I think how the relationship starts, 8 times out of 10, that's how the relationship is going to be for the rest of the time. Like, all the habits that the relationship started with, expect it to either get worse or stay the same. That's how I see it. You're with the person, right? And all the dates you've been with is either going to their house, like Netflix and chilling, or fast food. Why would you get surprised? 3 years, 2 years in a relationship, that's how dates have been. Why are you being surprised? Why are you being surprised? You accept the moon and the sun now, like right now, but for the whole entirety of the relationship, you've been accepting breadcrumbs. You've been expecting, like, nothing. Be serious. Like, and it's sad to see such beautiful, kind, well put together women accept dirt from other people, especially men. Like, that whole conversation was about, like, men and women, but it's like, I'm a lesbian, so it's like, But even before I figured out I was a lesbian, like, I still knew, like, I'm not gonna accept the bare minimum from anybody, let that be a man or a woman. Before I came out as a lesbian, I figured out, like, I knew I liked girls ever since I was, like, in elementary. I told my mom and everything. I been knew that. Became bisexual, then pansexual. It's a whole different story. But now I figure out, yeah, I'm a lesbian. But even then, I'll go on, like, once in a while, I will go on a dating app. But it's like, I try my best to even try to meet the person, actually put the initiative on, like, calling them, put in time actually getting to know a person, not just hook up. I learned the hard way that hookups are not the way, but that's a different story. Dude, like, I feel like everybody wants to speed run when it comes to connection. Everybody just wants to know you like that. Like, no, it takes time. It takes time. You gotta put in effort. Like, what's wrong with the slow burn? Not everything gotta be fast. Like, why are we dating for a month and one of us is already saying I love you? Do you even know what love is? Like, what do you mean I love you? Like, do you even know my middle name? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, bro, like, chill. Just chill. Like, vibe, bro. Like, vibe. Like, I feel like relationships right now feel like fast food. Like, the quality and the connection and the interest to actually know the other person is not really there. And people have the illusion of choice. They think just because they're on Instagram or TikTok and people are liking their stories or people are liking their pictures, leaving heart emojis, then they got options. No, you don't. First of all, you don't even know if that person is real. They might be a bot. And second of all, people want what they don't have. Like, people want what they cannot have. So if they see that you have a significant other and they're basically micro flirting with you and like hearting your pictures, putting heart eyes, basically all that, the moment you become single, they're gonna be nowhere to be found. People just want what they can't have. People just want that ego boost, like, oh, I got him even though he got a girl. People just want that. So now you're thinking you have options. You don't. I'm telling you right now, you don't. Try to just like put in the energy and actually try to figure out and try to actually put a connection with the person. The highest level of intimacy is not canoodling, is not hunching a person. That is not the furthest level of intimacy. Actually know their thoughts, have a deep conversation. When was the last time you had a 4-hour long deep conversation with somebody, just sharing your thoughts? Have you ever met somebody you talked for so long and it's so good you didn't even check your phone? I feel like that should be the goal. Every time you're with that person, time just flies by. It feels like you can never get enough of that person. That's how it should be. And that's what you should strive for. You're trying to get fixated on how the relationship should look and not how the relationship should feel. Who cares that you're not matching clothes? Who cares that he didn't buy you the biggest bag? Who cares that she didn't cook you a meal? Who cares that she doesn't look like an Instagram baddie? Who cares about any of that? Who cares about any of that, bro? Who cares? Like, who cares? Literally, none of that matters, bro. Do you know how your partner's soul is like? What makes them angry? How do you know if they're sad? What makes them happy? Do you know what they're like when they're mad? Like, just think about that. Literally just think about that. Like, those are the things that matter. But I feel like right now, dating is just mainly on how things look. People are so quick to like post a video with like a significant other. Like, oh, I couldn't wait to use this sound the moment I got a significant other. Grow up. Literally, like, grow up. Yeah, I get it. It can be lonely being single at times, I guess. But at least you're not with a person that's taking away from you. Nothing is taking away from you right now. Just be glad about that. I feel like we should be more grateful and show gratitude on like the stages that we are in this lifetime. Because this is that, like, right now you might be single. This might be like the last stages of your years, the last years of your life, you being single, and you probably wouldn't even know. Just enjoy being single now. You don't even know in the next year what you'll be doing, who you'll be with. Appreciate being with them now. You never know when things go. Don't be that one person that's sitting down and be like, oh, they got away, or, oh, I took it for granted when I was single. Just appreciate what you got right now, bro. Appreciate what you got right now. Like, if you're in a state where both of you are financially tight right now, okay, try to make it the best. Don't get worried about, oh, we haven't posted this and people think who gives a fuck what people think? Like, literally, who cares? The same people that are so worried about your relationship don't have anything better in life, because why are they so worried about your relationship? Don't they got their own shit going on? It's because they don't have their own shit going on. That's why they're worried about you. And just thinking about it is like pissing me off. Like, bro, just live. Okay, both of y'all are financially tight. Build a fort and like make food, or like buy some food, get takeout and watch a show together under the fort. Like, there's things you can do. Like, money isn't everything in the relationship, but at the same time, it's not nothing in the relationship either. It's the effort that matters. It's literally the effort. When I was talking about how I'm not going to accept McDonald's as a date, it's not a date. And going out to eat fast food, that's just hanging out. That's just spending quality time with your partner. That's not a date. That's just hanging out with your partner and spending quality time and grabbing food. That's not a date. I would accept the idea of a date if it was like a picnic, something thoughtful, not something that was expensive. Like, we go out somewhere, you get like a blanket or something, or like a tent or something, you make a fort or something, make something cute and fun with your time and energy. You might make me like origami or like a card. You might make me a good meal, figure out what my favorite things are. Like, something that's thoughtful, something that money cannot buy. I truly feel like there's more value in that than what money can buy. Like, cool, yeah, it's cool. A person can buy you the nicest shoes, the nicest dress, what you want. Cool, that's fine. But anybody with money can do that. Literally anybody with money can do that. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point, but it's like, bro, like, all in all, when you're dating a person, actually try to get to know them for real, for real. Like, know what makes them happy. Know what it looks like when they're upset, when they're bothered. You can read their minds. Like, you just have such a connection with them. You can tell how they're feeling without even them showing it. You put so much effort in knowing the person that you can't get enough of them. Like, there's going to be ups and downs in a relationship. And those ups and downs are determined on what your deal breakers are, on what you will tolerate or not. It's based on you, not based on what social media says, not based on what the celebrity relationship says. It's based on what you think and what you think is best for you. Instead of being so fixated on how a person looks, actually try to get to know the person. You're so worried about a type. What if your soulmate, if you believe in that? What if the person that you're destined to be with, if you believe in that, what if they don't even look like your type? What if they're not your type? Your soulmate can walk in front of your face and you wouldn't know because you're so worried, because they're not 6 foot, they're not 5'2", they're not your type. What I'm trying to basically say, like, it's the soul, it's the character, it's the personality that matters. Like, I get it. If you want to be shallow, but don't make it seem like you're not shallow, but you are. Don't make it seem like you genuinely want a person, but yet all the qualities on what you list on based on character in a person, the moment they don't look a certain way, all the things that you just listed just goes out the window. Be honest. And that's the thing, like the 20v1s that I be seeing, like pop the balloons. Like, I would literally watch the video. Honestly, I don't really give a fuck how long this video is. I was watching this video about this dude. His name was like, was it Chandler? Yeah. It was a 20v1. That's the only one I was interested in. No, it was Pop the Balloons. Yeah, it was Pop the Balloons. And basically, like, a lot, like, the women that were in line, they listed they want a guy to be this, and this. Okay, cool. They said they want a respectful man. Okay, cool. Chandler comes up, and he doesn't look like their types. He was wearing an anime shirt, he had locks, he was light skinned. To a lot of the women, that's what they fixated on. They popped their balloons because they're like so worried about what he got on. And then the girl that he matched with, she loves anime. She was genuine. They connected and they're doing well. I still update to see how they doing because that was the cutest thing ever. I'm like, that's so real. Like, he was being himself. And she was like, one of the girls was saying, like, that's what you're gonna wear on a date? He was like, yeah, that's what I'm comfortable in, so therefore I will wear it. What's wrong with that? They're like, I think anime is childish. Just basically picking on him, on his shell, on his outside, and not worried on how he is on the inside. He was the only respectful man on that episode. He was the only man that actually complimented them, that actually made sure he was right. He spoke with conviction. He was actually a real, genuine person. And they said no because the way he looked. Don't lie, because those women were lying. They say they want this, and this, and a man. They want a person that was respectful. The moment the man comes here, you say no because you're so worried on what he got going on the outside. You can change what you're wearing just like that, but you can't change a person's character. You can't change a person's soul. So it's like, I love that episode. I love that video because it just shows how dating is right now. Like, I feel like everybody's more superficial right now because we live in a superficial microwave society. This might be like a rant. I do feel like an old head talking about this, but I truly feel like I know I'm not the only one feeling this way. So I wanted to share my thoughts. And this video, damn, 25 minutes. But hopefully, if you stayed this long, well, thank you for watching. Stay beautiful, stay woke, and be genuine and be authentic. Always be yourself, and it's better to be yourself and be happy than to not be yourself and not be happy. Always say yes to yourself. Thanks for having time with Tati. I'm out.